Hello and welcome to Anatomy of Us, a show dedicated to bringing real help to real couples. I'm your host, Melanie Studley.
What's up, guys? My name is Seth Studley. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist, and together we are high-performance marriage coaches.
We are cutting through the bullcrap and creating a movement of happy, healthy, badass couples all over the world.
Let's go!
Today's show is brought to you by Women's Group Coaching. Go to anatomyofus.com/women's group coaching to learn more. And women, I want you in these groups. We meet once a week. We have weekly prompts and monthly themes. It is an absolute game changer for community building, for living the life that you want to live. And I want to see you there. You can apply at anatomyofus.com/women's group coaching. I love meeting weekly with these ladies, and I know that you're going to love it too. Again, visit anatomyofus.com/women's group coaching, and I will see you there. All right, we are doing an episode all about how amazing women's group coaching is. My name is Melanie, but you already know that. Who are you?
My name is Seth. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. Thank you guys for joining the show. We have about over 500 episodes of content like this. It shares our story, the shit that we went through, the people we've helped, how we have grown.
Big Aaron mad. Big A. Stop with all that cussing.
Man. Sorry, man. But we went through it. We are creating the show and creating the resources that we wish we had when we wanted to kill ourselves and kill each other. Okay. That is not a joke. A little heavy. But welcome to the show, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go. We're talking about women's group coaching right now.
Yes, we're going to talk about a little bit about the retreat. Hopefully, we'll be able to do a wrap-up episode with all the ladies that were at the women's group coaching retreat. And I want to ask some of your thoughts about it, but I'm going to share some of my thoughts about it because it was so freaking amazing. It was the best.
Give me 3 bullet points, 3 mega highlights.
Oh, man. Hold on. Say it again.
Give me 3 bullet points, 3 mega highlights.
Lives transformed. Tears were shed. Oh, yeah. Get the claps going. It was transformative, man. It's transformative. Okay, enough with the claps. They're too loud.
Transformative. Okay, why?
So let me tell you what we did on the women's group coaching retreat. We held it at Lake Lucerne in Maple Valley. At one of the latees has a lake house there. Her mom actually has a lake house there. And it was so much fun. And in the beginning, we thought maybe 8 people would show up to it. Like Riva and I had a sort of planned for it to be about 8 people, maybe less. And because we were like, it's just a meetup. Like this is our very first time doing this. We're doing it small. We're going somewhere that's inexpensive. We want everybody to join us, blah, blah, blah. There were 14 of us. We had to get an auxiliary home for people to stay in, which was just amazing. And what was even cooler is that we have, so if you're unfamiliar with women's group coaching, let me break it down for you. So we have the Il Nenes group on Monday. They meet on Monday. We have the Woman Up group on Tuesday nights. And then on Friday, we have the Friday Foxes. So we have these 3 different groups, women all over the country that gather together for an hour on a Zoom call. And we have 2 women in the middle every single call. So every single call, we go around and we have everybody share their win, and then our latees in the middle talk about what's up in their world. So for example, today, one of the women shared about a family issue that she's been having where there's issues with her in-laws and she doesn't know how to manage it, and it's just tearing. It's like such a huge strain on her marriage. And she's like, I don't know how to navigate it. Like, I don't know what to do. They think this about me. I've been saying this thing for this many years, and they said this thing to my kids. Like, there's so much there that these women bring. And then as a collective group, we help her through it, right? So, and the cool part about our groups as well is that they have a huge age range. Some people are in their 50s, close to 60s, with children as old as me. And some people are in their 20s and have no kids at all, right? Some people they're going to get divorced and they're in the group to walk through that. Some people aren't even married yet, right? So there's a huge range of people. We meet every single week. And again, there's 2 different ladies in the middle on every single call. And it is amazing.
There's also a private Discord server that you get an exclusive invite to where I say to my dudes, that's where most of the conversation throughout the week goes.
We talk every day there.
There's daily prompts. There's like different tabs of like, okay, I need some help on this. That is the I don't know, like I was going to say that's the snack throughout the week, you know?
Oh,
like
yeah.
You're going through there, checking in on stuff. And by the way, guys, what Melanie is talking about is the concept of the mastermind.
Yeah.
The mastermind, right? It's just
the
mastermind. And what it is like-minded people getting together having similar goals. Okay, I want to be a badass husband. I want to be an amazing woman, an amazing wife, an amazing mom, and encouraging one another, keeping each other accountable. And as Brene Brown talks about, like being vulnerable is saying, hey, I'm sharing my shit. I want to grow. Anybody else feel this way? Oh, all of you do? Let's talk about it and grow in the same direction. And when you invest in a mastermind, and I'm kind of tangenting here, but I think it is important.
Tangent away.
When you invest in a mastermind, you are doing something that is set apart from just Joe Schmo or Josephina Schmo over here, just doing nothing and being like, I don't know, I have some friends from high school, but we kind of talk and we never get coffee, and I always have to call them, right? So you have like-minded people and you're being intentional. Okay, I know that Melanie or Susie or Deborah or whoever or Callie is going to follow up on the conversation that we had last week. I also have a badass husband group. It's a mastermind of like-minded dudes. And people in there go, I mean, all the time, hey, dude, what you said last week when you were man in the middle, how's that thing going? Like, I get texts from people. I text people. I send them videos. We talk about it in the Discord. Oh, what is that? Hey, are you doing the shit that you said you were going to do? Because you said you wanted to, so either you were lying or you don't know how to do it. Well, if you don't know how to do it,
let's help you.
Let's help you and get on the same page. So we also had a retreat because this is the ecosystem that we're creating. We do Zoom calls, get to know each other on Zoom, have that accountability, share everything in Discord, and then we meet in person, do some cool ass shit, and then talk and have fun and do cool things. That's what Melanie did. Go for it. Sorry, I had to say that.
No, that's good. Another thing I want to sort of say, piggybacking on that, is that this is because one of the things that we hear all the time, and one of the main reasons that we created these mastermind groups, Women's Group Coaching and the Badass Husband Mastermind, was because finding community that supports your growth, that is okay and actually encourages you to change and take big leaps is almost impossible just in location specific, right? So we live out in Maple Valley. It's a great little town, but no one in my family is out here trying to become a millionaire, out here trying to get a retreat center, out here trying to help marriages. There's nobody I know that's doing that, that's in my town, right? So my friend group, I don't even have one that's local, to be honest. I have my mom and my sisters, but I don't have any
lazy.
Excuse me?
I'm just kidding.
That was weird. I'm not sure if I'm lazy or my mom and sister are lazy. I don't really know.
You know how we joke about your sister?
I'm not. My sister's not lazy, so I don't really know what's going on. But anyway, I hope she curses you with her black witch magic. She's not a witch. I just thought it would be funny to say. But what I was saying was that this is the intentional community of women, specifically in my group, that are going to help you level up in every way. They're going to help you figure out, decipher the fog from the mountain. And that's an analogy that we talked about when we were at the retreat at the top of Rattlesnake Point, where we had hiked for an hour and a half in the morning. And it was amazing. We get up at the top of this mountain and it was breathtaking. And that became its own analogy. But so here's the rest of the story of how it went. People flew out to the lake house. We all met each other. And again, some of these women are not in the same core group. So the Il Nenes don't know the Friday Foxes, who also don't know the Women Up groups ladies, So they're meeting each other for the first time, some of them. Some of them are like, oh my gosh, finally meeting in person. I see you every Monday vibes. But some of them are complete strangers, like Yams. Yams didn't have anyone in her group.
Yams?
Yamberly.
Oh.
Yams. Shout out to Yams. She's a vegan. It's okay. So it was very, very cool to see these. It's not random to us, okay? All you latees listening, text Seth right now and say it's not
inside
random.
Jokes. Okay.
So we all met up and listened to this, you guys. I just have to share this because I'm so proud of myself. I spent the week before the event, I got t-shirts and I tie-dyed them for every latee based on what energy she gave me, which now makes me feel like I can read auras. Didn't think that before, but everyone's like, oh, you read auras? I was like, I don't even know what that means. But I tie-dyed everybody's shirts. So if you see pictures, you will see them. See pictures of us on the retreat. We've got these tie-dye shirts on and it says Women's Group Coaching. I handmade all of those in my yard when Seth was camping. It was blissful, blissful by myself, listening to scary podcasts that scare me. And then I would just change to Jordan Peterson so I didn't cry. And then was tie-dyeing and had them all lined up in my garage. It was delightful. Then one of the other latees made us custom mugs as a gift for all of the people. She had them shipped from like Arizona. And they say Boss Lady. She designed it. I mean, it actually says Lady, not lady. And I want to get those actually in our merch, like in a store, because they're so flippin' cute. They're on clear coffee mugs. So anyway, we did all that. They got their like welcome book. So we had sessions that I ran. We did, the sessions were so good. They were so freeing for the latees. It was kind of unreal. We did sessions about affirmations, which is a different thing than affirmations. We did story retelling, which is huge. And it's even like, they're weird, hard concepts to understand. And so what we would do is we would sit in this massive circle, all 14 of us, and we talk about what is the story that we need to rewrite in our life. And it came from when we were going through everything, all the crap in our marriage. I had to figure out how to rewrite that time in my life because it was apparent that I couldn't say it was the worst time anymore because it changed me. I couldn't be like, that was the worst. It was so bad. And I'm like, I need to retell this story. Like every time I say it like that, it's diminishing the power of the transformation that came from that time. And so I wanted to rewrite that story. And so I did. Another story that I shared with them that I had to rewrite was the loss of my brother. Like how to cope with that was it was killing me. And I had to rewrite how I saw it, how I processed it, get new words around it, get new imagery around it. And that was like a hugely powerful process. So then everyone also got these little booklets. So if you've seen me make my little note cards that say like a lie on one side and then the truth on the other side, the latees got their own little booklets. I printed out my own little cards for them. And it says like the intrusive thought on one side. And then on the other side, it'll say the helpful thought or thoughts that keep me stuck. On the other side, it says thoughts that move me forward. Like I showered these latees with true love from my core and my heart of like resources and supplies and tools. And it was so amazing. On the first day we kayaked and stuff in the lake, which was amazing. We did paddle boards and cheered each other on and did s'mores. The next morning we went on our hike to Rattlesnake Point. We left at like 7 something in the morning and got to the top of the mountain. It was a hike. It was hot and really challenging. And on this last call, actually today, Y Robin was like, in the middle of that hike, I had this epiphany of like, because it was really hard. Like it was way harder than I thought it was going to be. And she's like, I want to give up, but no, I do hard things.
Yes.
And so she was like, I have said that to myself so many times since coming back from the retreat. She said they just went paddleboarding with her brother-in-law or something, and they were on this choppy water, and she's like, I fell off and she goes, I fell off 100 times in the first 100 seconds, which is so funny. But she's like, but then I just kept telling myself, no, I do hard things. And she said her sister or whatever was like, we don't need to do it. She goes, no, I do hard things. It's fine. Right. And that's transformative, people. Like that, when you can have an event and a relationship with other women that shifts your mindset like that to where you stop being a victim and you start being victorious in it, it's phenomenal.
So even that, and I will give just an example. Obviously, I wasn't on the hike. I haven't even done it. Did you see mountain goats, by the way?
No.
My brother went and they saw mountain goats.
I've seen them from there, though.
That's pretty cool.
At a different
We
point.
have mountain goats here in Washington. You don't, so suck it.
What? Okay, Big A is really going to hate you now.
I know. So what was I saying? Okay, so now Y Robin said, all right, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to join a women's group. Ooh, scary. I don't know these ladies, right? Okay. Okay. I want to grow. It's cool. You know, there's some resonance there. Do it, right? Ooh, they're having an event. I live all the way on the East Coast.
Yeah, she lives across the entire country.
So that's a flight. That's a minute. That's a time away from family. But she invested in that. And then, okay, you're out here, putting yourself out here, meeting new people. Great. And now she does something hard. And from that hike, she realized herself. So first it has to come from within. You realize an epiphany, an awakening, whatever it is, I do hard things, or some other super awesome, amazing thing that you discover in yourself, for yourself, by yourself. Now, the power of that is, guess what? She told Melanie, Y Robin does hard things, Melanie. Okay. Wow. Okay. My friend Y Robin does hard shit. Okay. So when she's having a hard time on a group call or complaining about this, any one of you ladies, because when you join a group like this, you give other people permission to speak into your life. So you could call Y Robin out lovingly and say, Y Robin, you do hard things.
Right.
Remember?
We will say
like
things
this
like
is
that.
hard,
Yeah.
but you do hard things. So reminding you
in other groups, we'll say like boss ladies do hard things.
Right.
Like boss ladies do hard shit, and we can handle that. And we show up the right way. We show up with health and love and all of those things for one another, for our families. Even if they're being weird to us, we like a boss does those things.
So you know what else? And again, the Ed Milet quote, when you do things, when you keep promises that you make to yourself, when you keep those promises, what does that do?
Builds confidence.
Builds self-confidence, builds self-esteem. So because Y Robin put herself out there, hey, I'm going to join this group, I'm going to fly out there, whatever, I'm going to go on this hike. I'm not a hiker maybe, but I did it. She shares that, hey, I do hard things. And then every time she comes up against something, she's like, oh, wait a minute, I do hard things. You know, and then our coach has a new saying that maybe he's been saying it for years. I just kind of recently heard it over the last year or so. This is what I do because it's who I am. You know what I'm saying? So Y Robin's like, oh, I do this stuff because I do hard things because that's who I am.
She's
that's
a
who
lady boss.
That's right. I discovered that on a hike in Washington up Mount Rattlesnake Point or something, right? And that is a lesson that I'll take it back down the mountain.
Right.
I'll take it back to the East Coast. I'll take it in my family. I'll take it in my job or whatever she does. I do hard things, right? And that you don't forget stuff like that.
Oh
You know
no,
what I'm saying?
it was
So that is part of the power of the mastermind. And the cool thing about the mastermind too, I just did a video for my dudes today. I was like, you will get back what you put out.
You get more. So this is I would say that these groups are a place of like multiplicity or multiplying. So you put in essentially you put in like your amount to give. So if there's 14 of you, you put in 1/14. But what you get back is the multiplied energy of all. It's like in Indiana Jones, the 12 aliens and the crystal skulls. I want to know. It's that. You get back the hive mind energy of all of these people who want your success. They want you to feel amazing. They want you to be healthy. We push each other. Like that's one of the coolest things is in our Discord channel or in our Discord, we have many, many channels. One of them is just about fitness where we share the type of workouts that we do. So for example, like Callie lifts weights. I didn't know that. I didn't know that before. And so now I said just today, I'm like, can you share some of your workouts? Because I think that that's what I should be doing. And then you've got I Robin who's sharing like, here's some hormonal stuff that I didn't know about. And this is how it impacts, you know, everything from like you're being hungry to if whatever. There's a million like hormone things that we talk about and PCOS things that we talk about and exercise. I can never remember. It's polycystic ovarian syndrome, I think. Oh. Which I probably have, but never connected the dots. And I only connected the dots because at the women's retreat, Y Robin was talking about what the symptoms are of it. And it's funny. Should I say some of them? They're funny.
No, you don't have to say that.
Oh, I can. I'm going to say this for the ladies. So I've had an ovarian cyst rupture, which is about the most painful thing ever. And so I'm going to say this because this is the kind of thing, if people aren't talking about it, people don't know about it. So I think it's a polycystic ovarian syndrome. I don't know if that's right. Google it. But like you get facial hair, and she's like, you know, like you can get hair on your nipples and your bush. And it was so funny. And she's like, just real big. And it was delightful. So now listen, if you want to feel like a normal human around other women and be able to talk about stuff like that without feeling ashamed or embarrassed, then this is the place for you to be. Like I've said this before. I don't know if I've said it on the podcast, but like I literally electric shave my face every morning. I don't have like a man mustache, but I don't have not a man mustache sometimes. And I'm like, I don't know. And literally Y Robin was like, you might have PCOS. And you're looking at my mustache. I shaved it. We're all good. In fact, I inherit my father's my father's old electric razors, which was even funnier. So anyhow, that is the kind of community that we have built in women's group coaching, and we want you there. So if you are a lady and you want to be surrounded by amazing, strong, empowering women who are on a journey of growth and like all of the things, join this group. Go to anatomyofus.com and just click on the tab that says like groups or whatever it says. But so we went on the hike, and when we got to the top of the mountain, it was morning still. So in Washington, there can be like all these big foggy, cloudy things. We got to the top of the mountain, and it was a big wall of fog. Like you could see the valley, but you couldn't see beyond the fog. And we're up there and we're like being awesome and amazing and having a good time and taking a million pictures. And then all of a sudden you see this tiny little like sliver of a top of a mountain across the way. And we had no idea that it was there, right? So we see this mountain and I'm like, whoa, ladies, look, like there's a whole mountain over there that we can't even see. And they were all like, that's crazy. That's so wild. And we just like noted it. And then we went back, we had lunch at the North Bend Bar and Grill. And then in our sessions that night, we were talking about, I can't remember what the session was, but I ended up using this analogy when we focus on things that are either bad. So let's just use anxiety as an example. So like, let me say I have anxiety around flying. That's like the fog. And the place I'm going that I'm excited to go to is like the mountain. And if I just sit here and focus on the fog, I cannot enjoy that mountain, right? Same thing if like in your marriage, you've done something that you are ashamed of or whatever, and all you do is like ruminate on the fog and you think about the fog. It stops you from actually living on that mountain and knowing what that mountaintop is like and feeling that. And so we use that. And then it became like almost like a adverb, noun, adjective?
Acronym.
We talked about it being FOG, F-O-G, focus on growth. And then it was like, we would say something where we're like, yeah, I want to do that, but I'm not in shape. And we'd go, fog, that's fog.
Right.
Like get in shape, focus on being in shape. Don't focus on what you don't have yet. Right. And so that was just like an amazing moment, kind of like a had to be there moment. And then the next day we had a whole Seattle adventure. I took everybody to Pike Place Market, which was for me huge. I drove everyone in Vandolph the Gray to Pike Place Market. I don't do stuff like that. I didn't used to do stuff like that. And I kept having this like mild anxiety that would pop up and I'd be like, shit, I'm going to have to drive. And then I'd be like, no, I can do that. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to drive. No, I can do that. And I did it and it was fine. I even went through the brand new tunnel and was like, I'm not going to have an anxiety attack. It's fine. I'm fine. Right. And it was just really cool. So it was impacting and powerful for me to go on that journey. And then we came back, did more sessions, and then went to Sumo Sushi, y'all. Oh my gosh. I took all my friends to Sumo Sushi. I think the workers there.
Sumo should be a sponsor of the show.
Seriously. I think the workers, I walked in because I had to outdo Callie with my outfit. Deb challenged me. She said, it's a challenge. Now you had to outshine Callie, which is basically impossible. So I came in, I put my green jumpsuit on, all my gold and my chains.
You looked great that night, by the way.
I had my leopard leather heels on. I came in there, and normally I'm wearing like overalls, y'all. I come into Sumo Sushi in like work clothes. Like I've raised puppies all day and now I'm going to get my sushi. And then I came in like totally decked out, like huge eyeshadow. And they're like, I swear, because it was all the waitresses we always have.
Right.
And they were just like, hello?
They didn't recognize you?
No, they knew who I was, but they were so confused.
They're like, Zam.
I actually think the guy who normally says hello when you walk in was like, hello.
Whoa.
Like it was
and
really
then he
funny.
sliced his finger off.
Yeah. It was in a sushi roll. But then of course Callie came in with a magenta snake print skirt and a crop top sweater. She's going to be my stylist, by the way. So you see these nails? Thanks to Callie. Well, she didn't pick them. I think I disappointed her because she wanted me to get
I like your nails. They look sexy and very nice.
I went and got them done with Reva, who was at the thing. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about, like, I can't put into words the impactful nature of women's group coaching in general, but the women's group events. And like, we have a goal now. It's going to be so much fun. Oh my gosh. We want to have an event at every sort of general location of every laity, right? So we have some ladies in Arizona. We want to do an event there. We've got ladies in Virginia Beach. We've got ladies in New York. We've got ladies in St. Louis and Florida and California, all over. And so we want to do events where these women are.
Regional events.
Yes. And so I'm looking so forward to that because, again, this was so impactful. And again, if you find yourself like, man, I don't have a supportive friend group, or man, I'm trying to chase these big dreams and people don't get it, and I am getting tired of explaining this to people and having them just tell me, well, good luck with that. Like, I'm tired of feeling like my dreams aren't worth chasing or that my happiness isn't worth discovering. I'm tired of feeling small and stuck and isolated, and because I live in a small town or nobody whatever. I'm tired of feeling like that. Come and join these groups.
If you want to feel powerful, go to where the power is.
Oh, Yeah, like plug in.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I've been going camping at the same spot for literally like 18 years, it's a zillion miles away, and there is an actual cold spring that comes out of the ground it's called Cold Springs Indian Camp, right? And I don't even
Warm Springs Indian Camp.
Nope, not Warm Springs. That's a tribe in Oregon. I don't even take water when we go there, right?
That's why Hattie got Giardia.
No, she ate a dirt sandwich.
Dirt.
That's why she got sick. She said, "Hey, Dad, I'm making a sandwich." Poured sand all over white bread and took a bite of it. I was like, "You're crazy." Anyway, she did not get sick from the water. Why was I saying that?
Go to where the power is.
So if you're thirsty, so that example of the actual cold spring that's just in nature that we go to and have been drinking water from for years, we go there because we're thirsty, right? I know the resource is there. I know that what I need is there. I just have to go to it, right?
Yeah.
So you go to where the power is. You go to where the action is. You go to where the inspiration is. You go to where the motivation is. Put yourself in the right rooms, and not only will you add a shit ton, but you will get a bunch back.
You finna add a shit ton.
You know
to
what I'm
this
saying?
group.
So like
Yeah.
the Men in the Badass Husband group, badasshusband.com, put themselves in that room to have accountability, to share, to be fed, to be challenged, right? To be accountable. The women's group coaching, they put themselves in that room too, because it's like, oh, there's not only we're all powerful, right? Single source of power. But when you put like a bunch of candles together,
You have a nucleus.
right? You have a brighter light, right? So go to where the light is. Go to where the wisdom, the inspiration is. And when you put people in a collective environment like that, thinking the same thing, having similar goals, but yet bringing their own individualistic characteristics to the group, it's like, whoa, so life-giving and challenging. So go to where the power is.
Right.
And obviously there's other groups out there. We're partial to our own. Go to badasshusband.com to see if you're a good fit. Apply. Go to anatomyofmarriage.com, anatomyofus.com/women's group coaching to apply, to get yourself plugged into a group. We're doing big stuff. Like my goal is 50 men in 2022. I know your goal is 50 women in we should make a competition. The 50th person.
I'll win. Ladies, listen.
No, dudes.
Ladies.
Dudes.
My website should be lateboss.com. No one can find it because you don't have
It'd be like
lady.
a golf, like a women's golf kind of sports store or something like that. But we're doing cool things. Obviously, we're going to do more live events, and I'm looking really forward to a Power Couples live events.
You fitting to steal my entire life's work and say it's yours.
No, that's just the name of the thing, the Power Couple event.
Interesting.
If you're a power couple, you will come to us for 3 days at Folly Beach.
Oh, that is another thing I will say, that most of our, I don't know what the percentage is, but the husband is in the men's group and the wife is in the women's group. And it's an amazing support system.
You talking about growth?
You talk about growth?
That's right. So
You make it sound like that.
So
I'm not done.
I know.
So one of the things I want to say that Seth said is we're all thinking the same thing. And that's not exactly true. The only thing that we have in common in the women's group is that we're all there for each other and sort of like the health and well-being of every woman. One of the beautiful things about women's group coaching and the Badass Husband Masterminds is it's not an echo chamber. Like we don't just have one opinion that goes. So for example, we have Riva, who's basically like Daria. You've got this, she brings a completely different energy and thought process to questions that if she wasn't in that group, it would be a deficit. We would be missing a needed input that she brings. And so I want to be careful in making it, I don't want it to sound like a clique, because it's not. It's the most like a healthy relationship between women when we were all like 10-year-olds. Like when we were like, nothing's wrong, nothing bad will happen. We're all friends.
You were all for each other. That's why in both of our groups, we start out each call with a win. Hey, I mean,
what did you do that was amazing this week?
Like the wins can be anything from had sex last night. Okay, that's a win. There was connection and pleasure with my partner, right? Hell yeah, great. Or got a new job that we've been talking about. Or I took that big leap that I was really scared to do.
Or I quit the job that I keep saying I hate.
Or I said, I didn't cuss my partner out this time. Okay, that's a great start. That's a win. So nothing is too big, nothing is too small.
Or I signed up for that like Enneagram coaching class that I wanted to sign up for, but I was afraid. Like there's all sorts of amazing wins that we hear about every week. And again, then we follow our latees on their journey and we're with them on their journey. And it's just absolutely amazing. So I'm going to share pictures of the retreat and different events when this episode airs. But I just really encourage you, if you feel like you're stuck, like if you feel like I'm just not surrounded by the people, and trust me, who you are surrounded with and who you're surrounded by makes an enormous impact on the things that you accomplish and achieve. And I don't even mean just like external success, but like wellness, well-being. Do I feel good about myself? If you're just around a bunch of negative Nancys, you are not going to feel good about yourself, especially if you're a positive Patty. Can't be around negative Nancys if you're a positive Patricia. And so go create that. And this is exactly why I made women's group coaching. And Seth made his mastermind first, but like it's go and create, go build it and see who you can gather and see what energy you can create and how you can multiply all of the good things. So we love you, latees. I hope that you latees who aren't in the group already come and join, because it will be life-giving and transforming and transformative to you. And then we can come have a retreat at y'all's house.
Awesome. All right. Thank you for sharing that. I am proud of you. I saw you in your elements. It is a true zone of genius that you're in. Like literally every second you were there, you were just beaming, leading it, being awesome, pouring into these ladies. Was it Christianese now?
Pouring into their spirits.
But no, yeah. I am proud of you and the work that you've done. And it was really cool. And I'll end it with this, I guess. So as we were debriefing the thing, Riva, who's on our team, really, she shared, she's like, I didn't realize like how impactful this stuff is of what you guys are doing, you know? So it really hit her. And I remember times when I've thought about that, I'm like, whoa, that was just a massive value add, and like what they're doing or what this person did for me, like really affected my life. But Riva, like I think it was the growth point for her, actually. She was like, oh, wait a minute. They're not effing around. This is like real. This is changing things, changing lives and stuff.
It was cool because she like opened up when we were at the retreat. Totally. Like she led yoga on the ground with Brittany and Deb, like it's her day job. And I look over there, I'm like, what am I have a video of it because I didn't know what they were doing. I thought they were just laying and being silly. And she's like, breathe in through your nostrils. I was like, what? And then when she sat up, she goes, like and subscribe to my channel.
This makes
which was adorable.
Because like I did my event and you did your event. I'm like, wait a minute, when's the next one?
I know.
We have to do another one.
It's in Boston.
Very soon. You know what I'm saying?
Robin? It's in Boston in October. That's not planned, but if you want it to
next
happen.
Month.
Yeah, I want to go Halloween. I want to witch it up there. There's also a new Hocus Pocus coming out, which I am excited about. Which, anyway, not the point. So, latees, join the group.
Does Lindsay know?
She's fitting to. I'm sure she does, actually. But join these groups. They're transformative. And what I was going to say, too, like what Seth was talking about, Riva, she's seen the work that we've done from an outside perspective. She doesn't live in Seattle, so she's seen us do our work, but she's like never been a part of it. This is the first time it's been like she is making friends from this. She is sharing what she's working on. She is sharing her wins. And so I'm saying that because you cannot know the impact that this will have until you try it out. You can't know how deep of a friendship you will make with somebody if you never take that leap and try it. And it's not like a 6-month sign-up thing. If you don't like it, you can go one time and be like, forget that. That was the worst, right? So just try it out. So go to anatomyofus.com, click on the thing that says to do the thing for women's group coaching, and I hope to see you there. I truly, truly hope to be your friend one day and visit you in your hometown.
All right. Good job, lady.
You too, man.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Remember to rate and review the show. It really helps us. Give us a 5-star rating. Share the show with your friends if this has been helpful. Thank you so much. We love you. All right.
Bye.
Later.
Thanks for listening to Anatomy of Us. This podcast is produced by my mom, Melanie Studley, and hosted by my dad, Seth Studley. Our show is edited and published by our producer, Riva Hansen, from Creative Media Support. Special thanks to our Patreon members that get an extra episode every week. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye.